Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carter, the model investor. Today I want to talk about another real life roadblock scenario that I experienced recently. This is a little more upbeat than my last video because this actually had a positive outcome. For those of you who saw my previous video on my Burr roadblock, is an update. We ended up pulling out of the deal, which was sad, but it didn't look like we were going to get anywhere with the city. The new zoning laws seem to have been unfolded on everyone, and so it wasn't going to work for us as a duplex. So we're looking for a replacement property now, but moved right along from that. So so another situation we had recently. Basically, we're waiting to close on it, hopefully next week, a package of 3 single-family properties. Now, this was an off-market deal. My broker brought it to me. It's on a block that I have other properties, excuse me, and we managed to negotiate a great deal. The properties are fully rented, some minimal repairs that we made after the inspection was done. But vinyl siding, newer roofs, a good little deal. So, we're waiting to kind of get more information on when this is going to close because it's been dragging on like a couple of months. And then we get a call from the lender that the appraisal had come in below the purchase price. So at first he was like, it was quite a significant amount lower. He was like, either the seller has to drop the price or I have to come up with more down in order to make this work. And I mean, neither of us wanted to budge on that. This was supposed to be a 20% down deal, not a 30 or 35%. And the seller was already giving me a deal off market, so he wasn't willing to move too much on the price. Aside from all that, we know that these properties are worth what I'm paying for them, basically. So this was quite a shock to my broker, to myself. So we decided to pull our own comps, and we sent the lender the inspections, the certified inspections. Basically, we were able to get hold of the appraisals and look at what the appraiser had noted, and the comparables that she had used were of a couple of houses in the area, but I mean, similar square footage, but almost uninhabitable. I mean, they're not rented. They were vacant properties that had a lot of deferred maintenance, so not comparable to the properties that we wanted to buy. So the comps were off by a significant amount. She had noted some repairs in the property that actually we had fixed after the inspection, but the appraisal was done before that, so we had to prove that we'd fixed those couple of small things, but they were very insignificant in the whole scheme of things. And it turned out she hadn't taken into consideration the rents. So it was rather frustrating. At first we thought maybe we should just have it reappraised, but then we have to come up with the funds for that. It's like 3 properties, so it's 3 appraisals. That was just going to be a waste of time and money. So we decided to, submit our fight against this. The lender took all the information. Like I said, we pulled our own comps. And cut a long story short, she adjusted her appraisal and to match the purchase price. Now, I mean, we're lucky that this got resolved, and like I said, we're hoping to close next week now. But I was talking to a friend of mine who invests in Massachusetts, and he's out of state. Well, he's out of the country, actually. And he had a similar situation, an appraisal on a Burr property, so he was refinancing out, and it came back really much lower than it should have. Way below what he had expected. I mean, sometimes, you can be a little off with what you would expect the property to appraise for, but this was, the comparables that the appraiser had used were not comparable. I mean, really bad. So he's in the process of fighting that at the moment. I'm waiting on an update from him, but it seems that unfortunately this does happen. This is the first time that it's happened to me, but you know, it's one of the things about being an out-of-state investor. If you're not able to be at the property when the appraiser comes to appraise the property, you know, it's really, they're just out there doing whatever they like. So I know in the future, like if I have a BRRRR and it's really important that it refinances at the amount that I need it to, or that the fair, it just needs to be a fair amount, that I plan on being at the property. I'll hand him or her, I'll hand the appraiser, you know, my own set of comps and a list of improvements that have been made, etc. But you know, that didn't even enter my mind on this package deal because it wasn't a BRRRR. We hadn't, you know, it was just a purchase. You know, it was just a purchase. So there wasn't any information to give her that she couldn't have found herself. So yeah, unfortunate situation. It did delay our closing. Hopefully we can still get this wrapped up next week, but humans make errors. Appraisers sometimes don't do the best job. And so, yeah, we just kind of cross our fingers all the time and hope that it all works out. So, yeah, another little roadblock. But yeah, it was able to be resolved. So I just wanted to share that with you. And I suggest, like, if you can, if you're in the if you're able to be at the property, just meet the appraiser there and give him your own information. Like I said, him or her, I keep saying him. I've only ever had male appraisers until now. This was the first woman that had appraised for me. That's why I keep saying that. Anyway, so I hope to have some news next week that we've closed on this and it's taken care of. But I will keep you posted. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.